Your Money segment, and who the person we've been having that conversation with is none other than Jariwalla, who is an online marketing expert. Now, you are about to tell us the 5 stages of online marketing that one should adhere to in order to achieve efficacy. So,
absolutely. I think it's really important to build relationships online as well as face-to-face. And I've adopted a model that I believe really works effectively. And our goal, just to be clear, is to get our consumers as a business. Our goal is to get consumers to understand, to know, like, and trust us.
Yes.
So if you're making that mistake of just going to try and sell using social media, whether you're boosting a post, whether it's influencer marketing, whether you've paid somebody to post on your behalf because they have your target audience, I think it's irrelevant unless that target audience knows you. So that 5-stage model that you talk about starts with attraction. And attraction can come from even a billboard. It can come from boosting a post. It could be just effectively being caught doing something good and someone talking about it.
Right.
And once we attract people, then they start to understand, okay, who is this person, or what is this brand all about? What is this product all about? What are the features? What are the benefits? And as we're attracting that audience, some people are going to be attracted to that, and some people are not. And at the end of the day, the people that are not, it's fine. But the people that are, one of the benefits of using social media is that we can track the people that are.
Okay.
So once we start combining this psychology with marketing and then technology and combined, that's really where the power of social media comes through. But before we get to that bit, you start needing to engage your audience. So that's the second stage. Engagement is the second stage. And once again, I think that here in Kenya, we do it really well. We're fantastic at creating content. We're fantastic at engaging and having that conversation. But then what happens is a gap, because we go from that from that engagement straight to a sale.
Okay.
So, you know...
Well, what else is left? Because I've attracted you, I've gotten my influencer to plug the product, and then you've gotten in touch with me, maybe DM'd me or commented on my page, asking about the price. So I naturally imagine now it's time to go for the sell.
You make a great point.
Yeah.
However, 97% of any market are not ready to buy when you're ready to sell.
Okay.
So if I'm selling to 100 people, or if 100 people are viewing my content, whether it's influencer or paid or boosted or organic or whatever it might be, 97% of those people are not really ready to buy what I'm ready to sell.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you think about it, why are you on social media? Not necessarily with a mindset to buy,
but going shopping.
Yeah, it's a mindset to time pass. You might be on the matatu, you might be traveling, or whatever you might be doing, but it's essentially a way of entertainment.
Yeah.
So if you're not in the mindset of actually buying, then how do brands actually take that a step further?
Okay.
So the third stage is actually about capturing.
All right.
So what do I mean by capturing? Capturing means capturing personal details. So it could be your Instagram handle, it could be asking your name, phone number.
Yeah.
And I think the critical thing that we miss out on that is that we're not, as businesses, we're not capturing that data. And as I've grown my own businesses over the last 15 years, the one thing that we always did was capture that data.
Right.
Because using that data, we can then retarget those conversations and keep on having those conversations, which takes you to the 4th stage.
Yeah.
And the 4th stage is all about nurturing. Nurturing as opposed to nature.
Wait. Stage 3, I'm still struggling to understand.
Okay.
That. Yes. So just for the example I've given you, so how exactly, literally, would you do the capturing? As in, is it through the conversations? Is it me breaking down the numbers or trying to understand the customer more? Explain to me how.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's say let's say you're one of these 100 people that is viewing my product online,
Right.
and an influencer is talking about, so they've attracted me because I'm following the influencer, they've engaged with me because they're talking about the product. I'm now interested in the product. I may leave a comment in the comments.
Yes.
Now, if you go and just simply answer that comment, then what you've done is you've satisfied that question, which is great, and I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but take that opportunity to have a conversation with that commenter.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is I might ask you at that point, hey, give us your telephone number,
Right.
give us your email address, and we'll answer this question in much more detail for you.
Okay, I got
so
it.
now I've captured that personal
Yes.
information. Now I've captured that personal information, I can now make a phone call, I can get a salesperson to call you, follow up,
Got it.
or do anything like that, which then starts the nurture process.
Yes, because I remember there's a time I did just comment on some apartments that are on sale, and then later on somebody actually gave me a call, or they sent me an email. I replied to the email, then they gave me a call with more details about their project. So this is what the capturing is all about.
Absolutely.
So they're not out of my mind till today, because I still remember that.
Yeah, and you're not out of their mind because they have your details.
That is it. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So now the fourth stage is all about nurturing.
Yeah.
So now, taking that real estate example, they've got your details. Any kind of real estate is a life purchase. It's a very important decision for anyone. So the seller also knows that, or they should know that.
Yeah.
Now they know that you're not going to wake up in the morning and think, oh, I'm going to buy some land today, or I'm going to buy an apartment today. You don't just wake up and think about that.
Yeah.
But you would plan it. Most
Yeah,
people
in the
would
back
plan
of my
it.
mind.
It's going to be in the back of your mind. You might discuss it with your banker. You might discuss it with an investor, and you have that plan going on.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you're probably comparing lots of different types of investment opportunities as well.
Yeah.
So that real estate company, his job now is to keep your attention.
Yes.
He's engaged you. He's captured your details. Now he's in nurture, which means that he should be trying to give you value.
Yes.
So what is it that you're looking for? What is it that's going to make this possible for you to invest in my property?
Or would you like to take a tour?
Yeah, would you like to take a tour, or would you like an extra furniture pack, an incentive to take this opportunity? You can bring scarcity into it. And scarcity is very powerful. What do I mean by scarcity? Well, certain brands always have a sale. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so I'm not going to mention names, but there are certain brands that we all know that it's constantly 50% off,
Yes.
it's constantly 20% off, or whatever. That is not scarcity. That is fake scarcity, and that's like the worst.
That's probably
the worst
not
case,
a real sale.
Well, it's not a real
Yeah.
sale, and that is really important, because once again, that brand has lost trust because it's not a sale. The consumer and the audience knows that it's not a sale. So when you say it's 20% off, it's not.
Yeah.
So when you introduce scarcity, make sure that it's a real scarcity. This could be an offer just for Black Friday, for example.
Yeah.
It's November. Everyone knows about Black Friday, but where's the limit? Now I'm seeing brands say, well, we're not going to have a Black Friday, which is one day.
Yeah.
Then it went to a Black Friday weekend, and now some brands are doing Black Friday months. So it's really important to actually include scarcity as well, and make sure that it's genuine, so that your audience knows that there's a limited time period that I can take this offer. And that then brings you down to the fifth stage, which is conversion.
Okay.
Now we've been through all these stages. Once again, if you take the dating example, I've met you, I've taken you out on a date, I've now got your details, we're now getting to know each other, I'm asking you questions, I know what you like, I know what you don't like, and now it's time to convert.
Yeah.
So that takes you on to the next stage. So now I'm going to really carefully choose my offer. So if it's in the simplest, using that same analogy, if it's I'm going to maybe propose. So I'm going to choose where I'm going to propose, what, where, what, why, and how. So that, in a sales perspective, is all about the offer. Having the offer not necessarily is all about a discount. It could be a package, it could be stacking things. And what I mean by stacking things, if you know that your audience likes coffee, then you might offer a coffee with a croissant, or a coffee with an incentive of a discount on the second one, or buy one, get one free. We've all seen these kind of offers. And what these retailers are doing is trying to make an offer that's really appealing.
Sweetening the deal.
They're sweetening the deal because they've worked so hard to take you through all those stages. And the best thing is that they've done it using social media. It didn't take a face-to-face salesperson at this stage. It didn't take really money-intensive mediums, expensive expensive advertising campaigns. It didn't take any of that. It was just a case of providing value, taking people through a certain number of steps. And if you do it effectively, it doesn't have to be sleazy. It can be very natural, and as long as the offer is genuine, now you make the offer to that audience because they now know, like, and trust you. And if the offer is good enough, you now start to convert that into sales. And effectively, we've done that with brands in Kenya where we've sold literally 200,000 shillings over M-Pesa using social media direct to the customer.
From your pointers and your 5 steps, it seems most people a lot of people still view social media as the thing on the side that will help my main strategy, but it seems like it should be a hands-on approach. You can't put it at the back of your side as the side step to you making sales. This sounds like something that will actually require a team, a lot of time?
Team time. I think teams are used to multiply time. So I think the answer is yes. You do need to invest time. I think it's dangerous to ignore social media. I don't think it's going away. I think I have a concept that I say the more hands you shake, the more money you make, the more impact you make. And at the end of the day, using social media, you get to virtually shake more hands.
It's true.
So if you continue shaking more hands, you'll make more impact, you'll make more money. Because at the end of the day, you have that reach, you have that ability to convey a message effectively, cost effectively, time effectively, and ultimately what we teach at Moo Marketing through our courses, through our agency, we help small businesses and students alike. So we have essentially two value ladders where we're trying to benefit the end user. And for us, our 2 target audiences are people that want to learn about digital marketing and people that actually run a business that don't have the time that you talk about to actually do it themselves, because it does take time. You do have to have a strategy. What people don't realize is that digital marketing is like any professional, where you've got an array of different types of skill sets that you need. You can't just be posting on social media. You need a copywriter, you need an email marketing system,
sometimes a photographer,
a videographer, then you need the technology behind it. So it's really, really time intensive.
It is.
So you cannot afford to ignore it, and if you cannot do it yourself, then you must get a team behind you.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously you'd agree with me when you talk about it changes, all these new sites and new ways of doing things. Is it important to keep up with the changes? If
you don't, you're going to lose. I believe that it's one of the most fastest growing industries in the world right now. Technology is changing, algorithms are changing. People have to keep on top of it, and it's difficult. Even within those kind of separate mediums that I talked about, that in itself will change. You know, the technology will change. One thing that doesn't change is human psychology. You know, we've been around for, centuries and centuries, and we've evolved. What we do know a lot about right now is the human mind and how we operate. And naturally, we operate using two-way conversations.
Okay, that has been Jariwalla, who's an online marketing expert. Thank you so much for being a part of Your Money today. And I hope we could have more conversations on this, because I feel like there's so much to learn. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, now on to our conversation online. We asked you a very simple question. What's the one thing you would commend the Jubilee government for? And the answers I'm getting are quite the opposite of what I asked, but I'm going to read some of them anyway. It's Arc Human who says it is a regime that Kenyans can only experience family and relationship breakups due to economic hard times. And then we have Le General the Great saying Chinese loans, electoral law, hard economic times, etc. Then we have Abdiweli Duale saying for easing massive retrenchment of workers, that's a positive in your view. And then improved rate of unemployment, massive corruption, excessive corruption, bringing the economy to its knees. Wow, Abdiweli. Then we have Harun Nyingi saying ukosefu wa pesa. Then we have Senior Hoska Nadir saying, to me, Jubilee has not achieved any tangible achievement. Instead, they were busy to do what it takes for their worst critic, Raila Odinga, to be their mouthpiece, and thus created a room for several projects to be stolen by state agents. Wow, you're really twisting my question, but okay, I'll take your answers. We have CK Junior saying, kwani hamna habari? Okay, Junior, get a cup of coffee. But then we have Shaz who says, aflatoxin, NYS, Kenya Airways, Mumias, and please wake me up when you get to be part of where Jubilee government betrayed us. Now, thank you for your comments. Clearly, you're not very happy.